Hey guys, Coach Bricks here. Hey, big question I have, and I want to ask all parents. What equation here is easier? Okay, what would be simpler? 2 plus 2 or 25 times 212? What equation would you learn first in the process of your son, daughter, or even yourself? Which one do you think would be more basic than the other? Okay, hopefully we chose this one. Okay, this one's more basic than this. I'm not saying this can't be done. Okay, and it should be done. I mean, it's not the hardest one ever. But if I'm taking a, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old, they're probably going to learn this one, 2 plus 2, before they learn this. So my question to you is, why are we giving advanced skills to kids at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and never working on this? It's a question I've been asking for years, and I still have never gotten an answer. Why people are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever to have their kid throw a baseball a certain way, kick a soccer ball, shoot a basketball, and yet they spend no money on the basics of how to run, how to move properly. I watch more sporting events where I see kids fundamentally cannot run correctly. But yet I hear the parents talk about, oh, my son's got to go to this kicking class or this throwing thing or this basketball thing. Why are you throwing money away? That's my question, I guess. Why are you wasting money? Now, you can do whatever you want with your money. I could care less. But when people tell me they get frustrated because the coach doesn't play their kid and this and look at how great his skill is, if they can't run, they can't move properly because their athletic development isn't there, then what is the purpose? I'm not saying you don't work on stuff more advanced. I'm not saying that. But if you don't have the fundamentals down, then who cares about the advanced? If I can't read, what is the purpose of me going to get a 300-page book with these little tiny words in it and try to figure it out? I can't. I can't do it until I learn the basics. And don't think, well, my kid runs, so that means he knows how to run. That's improper. I'm sorry. Today's society, that's not true. Okay? Why? Because they sit more than ever before. So their fundamental movement patterns are off. And I'm telling you this because it frustrates me as a person who watches movements. Okay? Just like it would frustrate a teacher of a kid who can't read when he's in 6th and 7th and 8th grade, and yet he's getting no help for that. Or solving math problems, and he's getting no help for the basic stuff. It would frustrate them. It frustrates me when I watch kids who can't move properly are getting these advanced things done to them. I just, it blows my mind. The people who are going to be making out very well are the ones that you're paying, those sport coaches, all right, because they're not stressing the fundamentals of movement. And the second things are the doctors for all the surgeries they're going to be doing on kids. Because if you're not moving properly, you're messing up. Your body's compensating somewhere. That compensation eventually starts to wear out, and you start to hurt yourself. So if you really want to think about it, we need to get back to this, the basic, before this. I can't tell you how many athletes I've worked with now, 15 and 16 years old, that come to me and have no issue, and have no way of knowing how to run properly. They're slow, their arms move all incorrectly and stuff, and it's me going back, breaking down that movement, and then fixing that movement. So the sky's the limit. I also have this. Kids 10, 11 years old. Very, very fast. Everybody says, wow, my son's so fast. Yet that age, they might be fast. I can still watch them and they're moving incorrectly, but they're here. Okay, because they matured faster. The ceiling problem is, because of it running incorrectly, is here. That's all the ceiling they have because of improper movement. You take a kid who might be slower at this age, 10, 11, but they're running correctly, now their ceiling's here. And look how much more room they have to move. It's amazing what you can do when you actually put the fundamentals first. Absolutely amazing. But the problem is our society, we look at all the show, and this is cool and that's cool, and try and stay up with the Joneses and things like that. For what? What are we doing? Why? It just doesn't make any sense to me. It makes zero sense. And don't get sold on these trainers showing me, oh, look at all these cool drills I do. If they're not teaching the basics, who cares? It's about fundamental basic movements. Like I said, think about in the school situation, the education. You wouldn't send your kid here and throw him in 5th grade and say, here you go, Johnny, I know you're only 5 years old. Doesn't matter you didn't learn this and you didn't learn any other thing. We're going to start teaching you this. You wouldn't do it there. Then why are we doing with athletics? That's my question, parents. I'm asking you a question because it frustrates me when I see this stuff. I see these camps packed with, shooting and dribbling and all that kind of stuff. And these kids are 7 and 8 and they can't run. Or these soccer, groups, or these baseball groups. And I'm like, but your kid can't move properly. Why? Why are you doing it? I'm not saying they shouldn't play sports. Sports are a phenomenal thing if done properly. But why aren't we stressing the basics? Why? I think that's what I'm asking. Basic movement, fundamental athletic development patterns. We are missing the boat. And we are allowing stuff to continue to happen. You think injury rates are on the rise because we have so many more kids playing? Most kids drop sports at age 13. 70% of athletes will stop playing a sport at age 13. And there's many reasons behind it. One is it's not fun, and the parents is number 2. But why? If you could start winning and you could start excelling in certain sports, then it's probably not going to quit it. Just like anybody. If I'm in a job, I'm not quitting that job if I keep excelling and I keep doing things right and I keep, my boss keeps praising. So if I can get the fundamentals down, imagine what I could do when it comes to the advanced stuff. So we need to take a step back in our society and go back and focus on those fundamentals. It's going to do 2 things. It's going to create better athletes. Okay? Most likely they're going to have more fun because they're going to excel. And also, third, hopefully it starts reducing our injury problem. We have a problem in this country with how many injuries and how many people have pain. We shouldn't have these things if we do things right. But we need to start doing them. All right, you guys take it for what it's worth. But I see this way too often. I'm watching too many high school games, too many youth games, and I'm seeing a major problem. And I've been around 16 years. Trust me, I've seen some fast athletes. I've trained some fast guys. Guys that run legit 4.3s and 4.4 40s. Okay, not ones that I go in the backyard and I just fake a time of. You know what I mean? No, legit run these times. I've had guys that jump out of a gym, but they worked on it. They worked on those fundamentals. And all the guys that run those 4.4s, they have pretty much impeccable running form. But guess what? They also train their running form. They also worked on the mechanical part of it. The guys that jump incredible, heights, some God-given, but the majority of my athletes that improved 6, 7, 8 inches, they worked on the fundamentals and got those down. And that just excelled them to what they could accomplish. So, it's your decision. Continue to pound home this, and they might have success at age 12 and 13, and by 15 and 16 they're injured, and they don't want to do it anymore. Or we can maybe focus on this at a young age, so then when it comes time to this, they're ready to excel, and they do real well. Stop trying to force a kid who's 12 and 13 to be a mini adult. Well, the University of Alabama does this football workout. Yes, and those kids are 19, 20. They're grown men. Okay, there's a reason why they can do that type of workout. Your son, 12, he's not University of Alabama material. Okay, and I'm not trying to knock it, but he's not there yet. Okay, start putting things in perspectives of where kids are at, and stop trying to make mini adults. It's not what I try to do. I try to have my kids, my young athletes, learn the fundamentals, learn the basics, continue to pound that home, and have some fun doing it. If you're looking for that program to make your 12-year-old all-star, and by the time he's 15 he's burnt out, cool. There's other places out there. That's not me. I want to see kids' longevity, the long careers, long, healthy lifestyle. That's my goal. That's my company's goal, and that's why we always focus on that kind of stuff. All right, guys? Coach Brick, stay strong, stay blessed. Remember, greatness never rests.